Hi, I'm Mrs. Cannon, and this book is Hooway for Wodney Wat. This book is written by Helen Lester, illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. This is a Houghton Mifflin book. Poor Wodney, Wodney Wat. His real name was Rodney Rat, but he couldn't pronounce his R's. To make matters worse, he was a rodent, a wodent. "What's your name, Wodney?" asked the other rodents. "Wodney Wat?" whispered Wodney. "What's another name for bunny?" they asked knowingly. "Wabbit," he mumbled. "And how does a train travel?" They winked at each other. "A twain travels on twain tracks," Wodney replied miserably. All of this teasing, day in and day out, made Wodney the shyest rodent in his elementary school. His squeak could barely be heard in class. He gnawed his lunch alone. And while the other rodents scurried and scooted about at recess, Wodney hid inside his jacket. Then one day, as the rodents were taking turns doing wheelies, a new rodent, a very large rodent, barged into the classroom and announced, "My name is Camilla Capybara. I'm bigger than any of you, and I'm meaner than any of you, and I'm smarter than any of you." And then she added, "So there." With that, she accidentally, on purpose, elbowed an ear, bumped two noses, stepped on three tails, and lay down on a desk. Fur prickled in fear throughout the classroom. She sure was bigger than any of them, and she sure looked meaner than any of them. Was she smarter than any of them? "What is 2 plus 2? asked Miss Fuzzleworth. "4, shouted Camilla Capybara without even to raise her paw. "And furthermore, 4 plus 4 is 8, and 8 plus 8 is 16, and 243 plus 125 is 368. Later, when Miss Fuzzleworth asked, "What's the capital of?" Camilla interrupted. "New York, Albany, population 295,594. And during science, in answer to the question, "What part of the plant is below the ground?" Camilla Capybara danced on her desk and sang, "Root, root, rooty toot toot." "Yep," thought all of the other rodents. "She's smarter than we are, too." They felt very uncomfortable. Every afternoon, just before final recess, Miss Fuzzleworth drew a name from her hat to see who would be the leader for their favorite game, Simon Says. She scrunched her eyes closed and jiggled the hat. Would it be Hairy Hamster? Minnie Feet Mouse? Grizzle Frizz Guinea Pig? Could it be big, mean, smart Camilla Capybara? Miss Fuzzleworth's paw reached in and pulled out the name of Wodney Wat. The bell rang and there was a wild scurry for the door, and Camilla Capybara was the first on the playground, having trampled the others in her path. To Wodney, she looked especially scary. What would she do when she heard him speak? Breathe capybara breath in his face? Or tie him up in his own tail? Or even pounce on him? The tiny, trembling leader of the game stood before the eager players, hid his head well inside his jacket, and squeaked, "Wodney says read the sign," while the other rodents read, "P.S. 142 Elementary School for Rodents." Camilla began pulling up weeds around the sign and wildly flinging them hither and yon until she was clear up to her teeth in dirt. The other rodents began to smile. "Wodney says wrap your paws around your head." He peeked a little peek out of his jacket and saw whap, whap, whappity, slap, whap. Camilla was whapping her paws around her head so hard she became dizzy, gave herself a headache, and had to sit down. The other rodents couldn't help giggling. "Wodney says play wing around the wosy." Camilla put her arms out like wings and made an airplane noise. But where was a wosy? What was a wosy? By now, Wodney's voice was stronger and his head was entirely out of his jacket. "Wake the leaves!" Nobody moved. "Wodney says, wake the leaves!" While Harry, Minniefeet, and Grizzlefizz and the others busied themselves raking, Camilla Capybara grabbed one leaf. "Wake up!" she yelled. She snatched another. "Come on, you! Up, up, up!" And another, "Rise and shine!" And another, "Boo!" By now, all of the rodents were squealing with laughter. All but Camilla, who frowned. "Stupid leaves, they won't wake up. Why is everybody laughing at her? Such bullies." In a voice so strong he had to hold his own ears, Wodney called, "Wodney says go west." The rodents collapsed in a happy heap for a rest. Go west. Camilla Capybara, feeling very smart that she could tell directions by the sun, said, "All right, I shall go west." And then she added, "So there." West she stomped forever. She was gone. And from that day on, the pupils of P.S. 142 Elementary School for Rodents never teased Rodney again. He was their hero. "Hooway for Wodney Rat! Woot, woot, wooty toot toot!" they cried. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Hooway for Wodney Rat.